In this video, I will explain how to add and subtract rational expressions. So I have three examples for us to work through here. Let's take a look at the first one. We have x plus 5 over x minus 7 plus x plus 4 over x minus 7. So when we add and subtract rational expressions like this, all we have to do is just make sure that the denominators are the same and then just add or subtract straight across. So in this example, we can see that the denominator of this expression is x minus 7. And the denominator of the next expression is also x minus 7. So since the denominators are already equal, we can just simply add the terms in the numerator straight across. So we'll get x plus 5 plus x plus 4 all over x minus 7. And now the last step would just be to simplify. So we have an x plus an x, that's 2x. And then we have plus 5 plus 4, that's plus 9, all over x minus 7. And that's our final answer for this one. So this one was pretty easy because the denominators were already equal. So we were able to just add the terms in the numerator straight across. All right, let's take a look at the second one. We have 5 over x minus 1 plus x over x plus 6. Now, notice the denominators are not the same in these two expressions. So how can we get them to be the same? Well, in this first expression, if we multiply the denominator, so we have an x minus 1, if we multiply it by the denominator of this second expression, well, now all of a sudden both denominators have an x plus 6. And then over here in this expression, we have an x plus 6 already, but how can we get it to be the same as this denominator? Well, we can just multiply by an x minus 1. And now, just like that, they both share the same denominator. Now, here's what we have to remember. If we multiply this denominator by an x plus 6, we have to do the same thing in the numerator. So we also have to multiply by an x plus 6 up here. And then over in this expression, recall we multiplied by an x minus 1 in the denominator. Well, we have to do the same thing to the numerator. So we also have to multiply by x minus 1. So now that these two expressions share the same denominator, we're able to just add the term straight across in the numerator. So first let's distribute this 5. Let's do 5 times x and 5 times 6. So we'll get 5x plus 5 times 6 is 30 plus, and then we have to do the same thing over here, x times x and x times negative 1. So we'll get plus x times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is a negative x. And this is all over our common denominator, which we made, and it is x minus 1, x plus 6. So the last step is we just need to simplify this numerator. So we have an x squared. And notice we have plus a positive 5x minus x over here. So that would just be 4x plus 4x. And then we've got a 30 over here, so plus 30. Let me rewrite that. Plus 30. And that is all over x minus 1 times x plus 6. So that is our final answer on this one. All right, let's take a look at the very last one. We have x over x squared plus 5x plus 6 minus 3 over x squared plus 7x plus 10. So before we try to find a common denominator for these expressions, let's first factor the denominators. So we'll have we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So we need to ask ourselves, what numbers multiply to 6 but add to 5? That'd be 2 and 3. So we can rewrite this as x plus 2, x minus 3. And then over here, we have minus 3 over what numbers multiply to 10 and add to 7? So that would be 5 and 2. So I have x plus 5, x plus 2. Okay, now we can say, how can we make these two denominators equal? Well, notice they both have an x plus 2, but this denominator is missing an x plus 5. So let's just go ahead and multiply it by x plus 5. And then notice this denominator, it has an x plus 5 and an x plus 2, but it's missing an x minus 3. So we just need to multiply it by an x minus 3. And by doing that, the denominators are now equal. So recall, we multiplied an x plus 5 right here in the denominator, so we have to do the same thing in the numerator, x plus 5. And similarly over here, we multiplied an x minus 3 in the denominator, so we have to do the same thing in the numerator, x minus 3. And now we'll do the same thing that we did in this example. We'll distribute this x. So we'll do x times x, that's x squared. X times 5, that's 5x, plus 5x. And then we have minus 3 times x, that's 3x. And 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. All over this big denominator of x plus 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 5. Okay, so up top, let's simplify. We have x squared plus 5x minus 3x. So that will be just plus 2x. And we have a minus a negative 9. So that would be a positive 9. So we'll say plus 9. And that is all written over x plus 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 5. And that is our final answer. Thanks for watching.